Okay. With that, I'll call to order the agenda, the planning board meeting for July 17, 2023 at 6:30. Okay. It's scheduled public hearing, open minutes. The continued open public meeting for site plan application for 10 Jungle Road, map 300, parcel 13A, a bank with drive-through restaurant with drive-through and retail. Do we have anybody here with from them?
We have a request to continue to the August 21st meeting after they turn their traffic study in, which they expect to have this week.
Okay,
Motion to continue. Second.
I have a motion to continue to August 21st.
Yep. At,
That'd be 6:30, huh?
at 6:30, yeah?
Okay, I have a motion made and seconded to continue to August 21st at 6:30. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. Roll call, please.
Patrick Perla.
Yes.
Paul Weiser.
Yes, and I'm having a hard time hearing if you could move the phone.
Okay,
Sal Chaconi.
Yes.
Carol Vittorioso.
Yes.
Tom Kergnen.
Yes.
Jason Perez. Dean Valier.
Yes.
John Souza.
yes. We'll speak up. Okay. Regular meeting called to order.
Patrick Perla.
Here.
Paul Weiser.
Yes.
Sal Chaconi.
Yay.
Carol Vittorioso.
Here.
Here.
Tom Kergnen.
Here.
Jason Perez.
Here.
Dean Valier.
Present.
John Souza.
Yeah, okay. At this point, we're going to an executive session. Shouldn't be too long. It's on the
You want
agenda.
to stay?
Let's throw you away.
Is it about me? Yeah, it's about you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just want to make sure we have it straight.
Oh, you can stay for that.
Yeah.
yeah,
He's gonna leave.
Oh, you-
Hold on, they have
And
to
shut the
read it into
camera
the
off,
record.
right?
he's gonna shut the camera
Well,
off.
you're gonna read the.
First.
So,
read it.
first I got, no. Okay, okay, I read it, I got, we're going into executive session, motion is Sawyer Way, Day Street subdivision, executive session on the general law 30A, section 21, to discuss strategy with respect to threatened litigation regarding New England Land Company, LLC, and the work performed at Sawyer Way.
As an open meeting.
As an open meeting may have detrimental effect on the litigation portion of the city, if the chair so declares. Planning board will reconvene a open session at the conclusion of the executive session. Previous meetings, June 5th to 2023.
Make a motion to accept as written.
Have a motion made and seconded to accept the minutes as written. Any additions, deletions, or corrections? Here now, call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Roll call.
Oh, roll call rather.
Patrick Perla.
Yes.
Paul Weiser.
Yes.
Sal Chaconi.
Yes.
Carol Vittorioso.
Yes.
Tom Kergnen.
Yes.
Jason Perez. Dean Valier.
Yes.
John Souza.
Yes. Plan submitted, A&R for Pleasant Street, map 381, parcel 9, map 381, parcel 2E.
I'm the surveyor.
Yeah.
Did you say your name?
I'm sorry, Alfred Berry.
Oh,
Who's in that post office?
Is anybody gonna talk to this?
Can you just show us what you're doing, tell us what you're doing?
Yeah.
Thank you.
okay.
I'll show you, kind of in the pictures here. You just, in May, did an approved development. It was just cutting out these lots. We're abandoning this one line here and adding these two lines here. And it's mostly about septic system placement.
You still got the frontage.
Right, it didn't change the frontage at all.
You got the square
We got
footage.
the area and all the other requirements.
This
Elizabeth is
is-
So
already.
it's just.
Yeah, this is residential A, right?
Yeah.
Yep, so.
So you, okay,
Motion to endorse.
Second.
motion, made and seconded to endorse. Any discussion?
Thank you.
Here none, I'll call for the vote. Roll call.
Patrick Perla,
Yes.
Paul Weiser,
Yes.
Hal, wait. Sal Chaconi.
Yes.
Kara Vittorioso.
Yes.
Tom Kergnen.
Yes.
Jason Parre.
Yes.
Dean Valier.
Yes.
John Souza.
Yes. What's that? Yeah.
No.
4.2, A&R for Brooks Pond, map
Good email.
317, parcels 2E-1A1, 2E-1B1, -4D-2A, and 4E-2C 8 and 9. What? Can you please come up here and explain what you're doing?
For the record, Bill Haney with Hannigan Engineering. This is a slight revision of the plan that was previously endorsed, creating lots 8 and 9. So we went through so that plan's on record as well. So 8 and 9 are now becoming lots 8A and 9A. And what we needed to do was when we went through the site plan approval process, the building got a little bit different, the parking got a little bit different, and what we tried to do was make sure that the parking ended up on the lots. So in order to do that, we had to just adjust the lot lines of lots 8 and 9 to create lots 8A and 9A. Okay, which are these two pieces right here.
Where did you just, where was it adjusted from?
This one here, we had a little fold right here that we took.
Oh, right here.
Yep, and some of these were just little slivers that were in different areas, there's a little sliver here, okay? The other thing that we submitted was, it was requested for an analysis relative to the remaining land, okay?
Yes.
Which is about the residency apartment complex, and so in the letter that we submitted, the lots, and I'll start with the one closest to the west. So this is known as lot 2E1A. There was no change on that lot. It has enough area for 30 units, and there are 30 units on it. Okay? There's this
Oh,
lot.
yeah. 2E1B.
No, 2E1B1. Well, this is A, but it's not changed.
Yeah.
It's not
Mine's
changed.
still, yeah.
Correct. So this is just in the butter to the main. Okay. So lot 2E1B2 had a slight change in the lot lines, basically giving some land and taking some away.
You have 1B1 here.
At 1B2.
Yeah.
I didn't write that.
Okay, that's probably a typo. It's 1B2.
It was 1v1 and it's now gonna be,
1B2. So this is 1B2,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
So this lot had a slight change right over here, and a slight change in this sliver right there, between the two. So, but that one has enough area for 30 units, and it has 30 units, okay? All right, then on the front page, yeah, that's right.
D2D.
All right, so then 4D2B is the big lot towards the railroad tracks. And the other changes we made around both lot 8 and 9 now have been filtered into this lot here. And that has enough area for 211 units upland area. And there are 211 units that are already constructed on that one. And the same thing follows for lot 4E2D, which is the lower lot, which has these two buildings and these two buildings over towards Debbie Drive. And that one has enough units, enough area for 126 units, and it has 126 units. And that includes the garage units that were built in this area here. If you remember correctly, when we did the garage units, that was approved under site plan, and then part of the plan that we just did for the for the independent living, eliminated the remaining garage units that were gonna be built on the project, okay?
You taking those down?
Yes, those are being taken down over here. Yep,
Bill, what's the 50-foot frontage, is that all it is, 50?
yep, 50 feet of frontage,
And that was, can you show me that?
50 feet of frontage, right, they all
Oh,
have
you're
frontage.
just
right-
saying, this is for the road, 50 foot.
So this frontage right here,
Oh, I get it.
Is for this.
Cul-de-sac.
yeah, all the frontage is around the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's frontage for this lot right here, frontage here for lot 2E, 1B, 2. This frontage here is for lot 8A, this frontage is for lot 4D, 2B. This frontage here is for lot 9A, and this frontage here is for lot 4B, 2D. And Peter promises he's not making any more changes.
No.
No,
You notice I didn't say, I didn't say we promise.
Yeah,
He promised.
that's right, that's right, that's
Okay,
right. Somebody else is gonna recommend something.
what do we need?
So the 50 foot, that's okay for frontage?
Yes.
Going back like that?
Yep.
Because of the zoning?
Yes.
Residential C.
The narrowing part is only in residence A and rural.
Right.
Yeah,
Pork chop. Okay.
yeah, this is residence B, this is residence
Residence
C.
C.
Just a couple.
Okay,
Really,
that's the total build out.
That's
So how many units are there now total?
now you got me. I don't know. I don't know the exact number. Because there's some up front too, and they're all mixed into it. But yeah, I mean, right now, I guess I can figure this out.
How close are they to the
30,
original amount?
62.
Are they gonna break off this little town down here?
Yeah, they're gonna secede from Leominster.
On that.
Yeah, in your letter, you put how many units?
Put them here as the I have the number of units for those lots, so let's figure that out. 211,
You
211 and, what's it, 123?
337.
126.
You wanna rattle off the numbers?
Yeah.
30, 30,
211.
Yeah, read out the
You
numbers.
got a calculator here. Someone's gonna calculate.
60, 270, if I can right now, 397 there.
211, 126,
397.
30, 30, 21 and 21.
Oh, 21.
$439.
So that would be in this area here, and then there's the other units that are up in the front,
And that's a separate,
separate.
That's separate, the
Yeah.
ones on the front are separate.
it's lined back, in
Okay.
other words, this is.
Yeah.
Right. So the use on these two parcels is not apartments. It's under the assisted living, independent living zoning. So the zoning for that basically is relative to the parking spaces that you need to have it versus lot area. So that's why that was able to work.
Okay.
Good.
Well, this is just a, okay.
Make a motion to endorse.
Second.
Have a motion made and seconded to endorse. Do we have any further questions? I'll call for a roll call.
Pat Perla.
Yes.
Paul Weiser.
Yeah.
Sal Chacone.
Yes.
Carol Torioso.
Yes.
Tom Kergnen.
Yes.
Jason Parre.
Yes.
Dean Valier.
Yes.
John Souza.
Yes. Okay,
Moving right along.
motion carries. 4.3, Pierce Street, definitive subdivision application for Pierce Street, map 575, parcel 1, to be scheduled.
August 21st has something at 6:30, so.
Right,
We have time to advertise.
so
before
it'll be
that.
the 21st at,
645.
Let's say 6.
yeah,
6:45.
Yeah, 640.
6:40.
Should we say 6:35 just in case they don't come back with the,
Yeah,
we can study by then?
No, that's good.
Yes.
Say
Yeah,
6:35.
6:35, okay,
I'll make them wait. Stuff.
it's gonna be that close anyway. Okay, I have a motion to schedule Pierce Street's Defender subdivision for August 21st at 6:35. Do I have any further discussion? Call for the roll call.
Pat Perla.
Yes.
Paul Weiser.
Yes.
Sal Chaconi.
Yes.
Trevor Torrioso.
Yes.
Tom Kergnen.
Yes.
Jason Parre.
Yes.
Dean Valier.
Yes.
John Souza.
Yes. Okay, site plan application for 10 Jungle Road. This has been continued. We have no new business. We have communication, 7.1. City Council petition 13-8. Accept the deed for Kitty Lane and request a street be taken by eminent domain by the city of Leominster. Petition office to pay legal fees that may be incurred. Table the planning board to make recommendation to city council. I think we had, outstanding stuff from this.
Yeah, you have a letter from the DPW.
Didn't they take care of a lot of that? Just, I thought they did too.
Some things, but not everything. No.
Okay.
Do they have a list of what's left?
I emailed the DPW, it should be in,
Next meeting?
That's an A&R. Where is it? It's Kitty Lane.
there's an email to the DP,
Petition was taken off the table. That was back.
Yeah, that was,
Come on now.
it's gonna cost $41,387.64 to cover the remaining work on Katie Lane, according to John Roseberry.
okay.
No bond?
We we have some of it. We're holding $41,387.64, and that's gonna cover the remaining work.
So everything covered, is covered.
And will the developer release it?
Yeah, but he's gonna pay for,
He was supposed to finish the work. There's an access road that has to be constructed through the drainage, is it? In the memo, from John Roseberry, the email from him, that's in your packet on August 10th.
can't seem to find it.
Here.
The plan needs to be finished and the documents need to be drawn up.
That's what she, but the outstanding work is the drainage easement to Central Street.
And the construction of an access road through the drainage.
I don't see the road.
The amount was $41,387.64.
So we don't have that info with us, right?
You do, it's in your packet.
It is?
Yeah. It's got a cover letter that says Miss Lynn Bouchard did, everything's stapled together.
Yeah, no, I look, there's a lot of pages. I'll get to them.
Do you want, you want to see mine?
No,
Did I miss it?
Yeah, I see it. It's on page 3. Page 2, and then the 3 is emails.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
So the 75, what about remaining work to get Key Lane subdivision plan board is safe to release 75,000?
It's supposed to be, everything is supposed to be, my understanding is before the city can accept it, the deeds have to be complete. Okay? And ready to be turned over to the city.
Here's the deeds. The deeds
Yeah.
are in here. The deeds have been completed and copies of them are in here. So I just wanna make sure, I don't understand what I'm seeing now. The numbers near the 41,000 It says, just confirming that in speaking with Jim Zaris today, you can assert that 41,387.64 is adequate to finish the remaining work required to get Katie Lane accepted. The planning board is safe to release 75,000. So there's 75,000 more in there on top of the 41?
No, we released 75,000
released that.
because he completed some work.
Okay,
We had it inspected, it was done.
good.
But outstanding is $41,387.64 worth of work that has to be done.
He's done, and that's gonna cover it, 41,387. That's what all this is saying, and that's what John Roseberry's saying as well. Okay.
So we have to accept it first before.
Yep, accept the deed for Katie Lane. Well, we recommend.
Well, it's a recommendation,
I recommend that the city council.
but we gotta make sure that that work gets done.
The work hasn't been done yet.
The work hasn't been done.
Oh, he's,
Either, we're jumping
what,
ahead
the
here.
$75,000, that work hasn't been done?
No, no, that-
75,000 worth of work was done, $41,000 remain
Right,
worth of work.
okay.
Either the work has to get done or the money has to be taken to
Before we
finish the work
transfer the
before
deeds.
you do the deeds.
Before we take.
They're jumping ahead here with the petition.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, they're jumping ahead.
Jumping ahead is what's happening.
Really, I think we gotta send a letter to the city council that there is still $40,000 and work to be done, on the road, and it should be completed before we accept the deeds.
And who's completing the work? They are?
If we take the money, we
Either the
do it.
board votes
Right.
that it's in
Right.
default,
We
goes
give
through that
them-
process that you did with the other.
And take them.
Yes,
Right. Do the work
Or
or
he
do
does
some
the
money.
work. So it's a negative recommendation? Either
it'd be a negative recommendation to the city council
To accept it the way it is.
to accept the deeds.
Yep.
With an explanation that there's 40, the work has to be complete,
Don't put the top.
prior to acceptance of the deeds. It's approximately $41,000.
Why would it be 67?
Yeah.
Change.
Okay,
That's good.
Okay?
So, that's the recommendation.
that's a recommendation.
That's the
Negative
recommendation.
recommendation, that's the reason.
Anybody have any discussion, any?
Do we need to vote on
Yeah, we have to vote
Yeah.
for that.
So,
Who made the motion?
me,
Sal?
I made the
it? I'll
motion.
second.
Recommend, made by Sal, second by Tom. The recommendation is a negative recommendation to the city council. Okay, because there is still $41,000 plus work to be completed on the road,
Before they.
and it should be completed prior to acceptance of the deeds
There you go.
for the road. Because if you accept the road, then you're liable for the work,
We own the road.
and we own the road,
And we have
repairs.
we have the right amount of money in this instance, so it's.
okay? So we get enough money in the system, we just gotta get the work done. Once that's done, we can accept the work,
Okay.
okay? Any further discussion? Here none, I'll call for the roll call.
Patrick Perla,
Yes.
Paul Weiser,
Yes.
Sal Chaconi,
Yes.
Carol Vittorioso. Carol,
Yes.
Tom Kerrigan,
Yes.
Jason Perez, Dean Valier,
Yes.
John Souza.
Yes. Okay, 7.2, 155 Tanzio Road, Planning Board, voted on 5/15/23 to grant a 60-day extension to receive a site plan modification and special permit. Deadline to submit was 7/10. Deadline was not met. Planning Board to advise next course of action.
You guys
Yeah, it's a storage place.
storing cars on.
That was the
storage
second extension you heard.
And we've given us, like you said, the second extension.
He was here earlier. Yeah, he was here earlier. So,
Was he here? Yeah.
I saw him in the hallway coming in.
Hi, John.
Hi.
Bill Hannigan for the record. I asked Chad not to come to the meeting because of the fact that there's been some extenuating circumstances on why we haven't filed plans with you. That being said, I did do a site walk on Thursday, and the ordinance says, that there should be no unregistered vehicles on the property. When I looked at it, all the vehicles had plates, whether they're active plates or expired plates, I couldn't really tell. But if they are in fact active plates, then technically he doesn't need to file it until he wants to put unregistered vehicles on there. So I'm not sure if we need an extension, a further extension, but I know that in talking with him and his attorney, we're gonna prepare the filing and get that submitted probably in the next few weeks, so that in August, you have one meeting in August also?
August
Right.
21.
August 21. So at that meeting, it'll be a plan submitted, and then we'll deal with it in September. But I've told him don't put any unregistered vehicles on the property. So as long as he does that, he's not in technical violation, but he still wants to be able to, so therefore he has to come back to the board.
Yeah, well,
The trailers were the
last time I was there was a trailers
We
and,
inspected it today.
because the cars are in and out.
I ran out there today and there were at least 12 trailers on the property.
Did they have plates on it?
But they're,
I thought the plate.
they may have, I didn't check for plates.
Yeah, I,
If they're registered.
But they were trailers.
right. So, I guess what it comes down to is that the one thought process, if they're registered, he's probably not in violation, but regardless, he's gonna be coming back in for a
But
special
he was
permit.
approved for 11 paid parking spaces.
But that has nothing to do with the storage, it's totally different. The parking spaces are relative to the use within the building itself that he's gonna be building, okay? So it's two different things. Even if he had those buildings built and had people using those 11 parking spaces, the storage is a completely different issue, okay? So, in other words, I don't wanna mix the storage of, I don't wanna have him allowed to have storage of 11 vehicles because of the fact he has 11 parking spaces on his plan, because the 11 parking spaces are for a completely different purpose.
I understand what he's saying,
So
11
Bill,
parking
can you,
spaces for,
Carol, can you explain to me the difference
employees,
between parking and storage?
The parking spaces are relative to the use within the buildings, which those 3 buildings or those, I think there were 2, maybe it was a building with 4 units in it. That building hasn't been built yet. There was 1 parking space that was allotted to the storage units that are under construction. The other 10 spaces were allotted to the bays for the contractor bays that are further to the west on the property. Those have not been constructed yet. So the 1 space is in compliance for what he's built so far. He is not in compliance if he puts a whole bunch of unregistered vehicles there. So therefore, we have to come in for a special permit for that particular use. And I'm saying that we're gonna be filing that for the meeting in August, as planned submitted for the meeting in August.
So,
You can extend or not extend, it doesn't matter to me, because we're still gonna file.
I mean, we wanna work with the guy, but, you know, we'd
I don't know,
expected
to
some
me,
kind
to me,
of.
it's a matter of semantics. You're using two terms to be the same thing, in my opinion.
I don't know that that's the case. We've got 11 parking spaces for storage unit customers. And then we have a storage unit where people are putting their cars or RVs or whatever off-season. So those vehicles are being stored.
Close, let me get, if I may.
Yeah, please.
So there's 1 parking space that has been allotted, basically was for the person who was gonna be working in the office of the storage units that people would rent and throw their stuff in.
10 plus 1.
No, just 1. Okay, the 10 spaces where there's a separate building on the property. And I can't remember whether it's 1 building or 2 buildings or 3, but I think it's 3 or 4 contractor unit spaces that wouldn't be storage units. They would be for a contractor electrician. He goes there, he has his vehicles, he has equipment, stuff like that. And there are 10 spaces over there. So since those buildings haven't been built, those 10 spaces haven't been built. And Carol, what I'm saying is that I don't want the 10 spaces that are allotted for that building to be confused with him allowing him to store 10 unregistered vehicles on the other part of the property. So there's storage of vehicles on the site versus parking spaces on the site for a specific use
Right.
in the permit. So what I'm saying right now is he did have a lot of unregistered vehicles there.
Yes, he did.
He was told by me, get him off the property, okay? Because of the fact that the building inspector was saying, maybe it's okay, maybe it's not. Then when the ordinance came out, it clearly became it's not okay. So he took all the vehicles off the property. He told me he did. I went down last Thursday to look, and I saw plates on every single vehicle I saw, okay?
okay.
So I think he might be okay, but like I said, I don't know if these are active plates or just plates that happen to be on the
They have
vehicle.
stickers on them?
They had stickers on it, but I didn't read the dates.
Oh, it's right, so.
Yeah,
that's-
So at this point in time, what I'd ask the board to do is take no action, and then we're gonna file a plan for the next meeting for this particular special permit request with a modification of the site plan.
he has taken some of the cars off
He
the
took
lot.
all the cars off, he took all the cars out.
Not just put in storage units. which I
There's
guess-
12 there's about
You can.
12 trailers on there.
Yeah, you can
Some
put them in
construction
storage,
equipment.
right, yeah.
So Elizabeth probably has a better feel of what's out there,
I was
aside.
there at like 2:30.
There were a couple vehicles with flat tires that had plates on them, so those have obviously been there for a long time.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm here basically because I wanted the board to know that we are gonna work on this for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
there was a,
RVs and trailers that you pull boats with are hauled.
Isn't he okay as a storage?
Right,
Why can't he have?
and.
no, it's not it wasn't allowed at that,
It wasn't part of the site
it
plan.
wasn't part of the site plan.
This has to
There's
come in for
not-
a site
there's
plan
something on-
modification.
You can't have more than,
There
yeah, you have to have, you need a special, you can't have more than 2 unregistered vehicles on the lot.
But now it sounds like
Yeah, these might be.
They're registered trailers maybe,
Yeah, we don't-
but,
Probably insured, so they got.
but they
plate on.
still have to.
Well, we don't know,
incorporate
see,
site
I
plan.
mean, like mine is insured, but it's not registered.
What?
Okay, and I got a plate on it, so,
Right, and that's what I'm saying, that I didn't look around close enough to examine every single plate, to check every single tag, and to see, to call up the insurance company and stuff like that, but what I'm saying is that, for the next meeting, you'll have an application package submitted.
okay. With that, I think I'll make a recommendation that we take and we give them an additional extension to August 21st.
To
Actually-
August 7th.
30 days.
August, hold on, it's not the 21st, it's
Go,
14th. He has to submit by the noon and the 14th.
okay?
So moved.
Second. Moved it, Jason, seconded it? Second.
Motion made and seconded, move it to August, what'd you say?
14.
August 14th.
At noon.
At noon, is the deadline.
August 14th. Okay. Did you hear that on the,
He's got storage.
okay, I'll call for a roll call.
Patrick Perla.
No, I made the motion, I don't know. I made it, I introduced the motion, somebody gotta make it.
They did.
I did it, Jason.
Made it seconded, okay, okay.
Patrick
Go ahead.
Perla.
Yes.
Paul Weiser.
Yeah.
Sal Chaconi.
Yes.
Trevor Torioso.
Yes.
Tom Kerrigan.
Yes.
Jason Parre. Dean Valier.
Yes.
John Souza.
Yes.
Thank you.
Passes. Montechusett Regional Planning Commission Board appointed Dean Valier for the July 1st, 2023 to June 30th, 2024 term.
First reading, so.
It should be the second reading, isn't it?
No, it was the first reading.
The
The first one
reading.
was the appointment, the second one is the first reading, and the
Oh,
third one
okay.
is the second reading.
And we just have to read that, we don't have to vote on that, do we?
No.
Just reading, okay. 7.4, Montechusett Joint Transportation Committee. Representative Board appoint Elizabeth Wood as the representative July 1st, 2023, June 30, 2023, second reading.
Correct.
Congratulations.
Oh, yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes, I did attend my first meeting of the Joint Transportation Committee, and a lot of stuff didn't apply to us. There was one grant, I have to read more about it and figure out if that would apply for us or not, that they talked about. But, yeah, it was good to be at the first meeting, they do them on Zoom. And then, I printed out a meeting schedule for everybody,
Yep.
if you know you can't make a meeting or something ahead of time, I let you know the month of, or the 2 weeks before, or a week
I
before.
think we're all set.
but- Yeah, that's it.
Is that your report, the director's report?
I have
Perfect.
5 more things for tonight, it's gonna take another hour, so sit back.
Wrong.
I'm just
She knows better
kidding,
than
I'm
that.
just kidding.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Do you have anything?
No, that was it.
Okay, I have a motion to adjourn. Roll call.
Patrick Perla,
Yes.
Paul Weiser,
Yes.
Sal Chaconi.
Yes.
Carol Vittorioso.
Yes.
Tom Kergnen.
Yes.
Jason Parre.
Yes.
Dean Valier.
That's a good one.
John Souza.
Yes.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you,
Tom
board.
Lee.
Have a good night.